First tonight here from the night team, the quick arrest in the shooting death of a popular Oldham County teacher visiting the nation's capital. Hello everyone, I'm Doug Proffitt. The Metropolitan Police Department in Washington released this surveillance photo of a suspect last Friday evening. But we do not know yet if he is the 22-year-old arrested by D.C. police today, thanks to tips from the public. Now, WHAS11 night team's Taylor Woods sat down with the family of Max Emerson in Oldham County shortly after they got the phone call from a detective in Washington. Taylor?
Well, Doug, the Emerson family tells me there is a sense of relief knowing this armed man is no longer on the streets, but there will never be enough justice to ever bring their Maxwell back.
Like I said, we just had to kind of live the mantra that Max had, and that was, you know, you got to find a way.
And that's how the family of 25-year-old Maxwell Emerson is moving forward in the face of the news of an arrest and the shooting death of their son Max in Washington, D.C. The family got a brief phone call from a D.C. detective.
It was very short. He just wanted to let us know that an arrest had been made. In the case, he did not say the name, he didn't say the age or anything.
D.C. police releasing information about 22-year-old Jamie Macio, the alleged suspect in this shooting. He's charged with first-degree murder while being armed. The family, knowing, is glad he's no longer on the streets nearly a week after the shooting.
I felt an immediate relief, just that he was found and taken off the streets.
Chandra Emerson, Max's mother, still feels hurt by D.C. police saying there was a connection between him and Macio. She told us she doesn't recognize the suspect in the photo and she knows Max didn't know him either.
You know, I'm still concerned about the story that they knew each other. I still think that they believe that.
However, Max's twin brother Brady says there is not enough justice to fill him completely since he can never get his best friend back. They lived together their entire life.
Max was just the best guy of all time.
Brady will miss his outgoing twin brother.
There's no one that will ever replace him, and he did so much for me my whole entire life.
Overall, the Emerson family is thankful for all the tips that led D.C. police to make an arrest and the killing of the popular Oldham County High School social studies teacher.
I think it's a pretty remarkable that it was less than a week that they were able to apprehend the guy. So I think they definitely did their due diligence.
And D.C. police did not shed any light on a motive, and they did not address again whether the two knew each other, but they did confirm what the family said. The police department today thanking the community for their information and tips that help progress the investigation. In studio, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Taylor, thank you so much. And we've also learned that the funeral arrangements for Max Emerson are coming up. A visitation will be held next Monday, July 17th from 1 until 3 p.m. at the Southeast Christian Church, Crestwood, Kentucky campus. The funeral service will immediately follow also at the church at 3 p.m. Tonight, 2 children are at Norton Children's Hospital in downtown Louisville, injured in 2 separate shootings in less than 24 hours. One of those, a 6-year-old girl, was hurt in a road rage shooting yesterday on the ramp from I-65 North to University Boulevard near downtown Louisville and the U of L campus. Then this afternoon, a 3-year-old was shot near Cane Run Road in the Greenbelt. While police believe that's where the shooting happened, officers first learned about the shooting around 1:30 when the child was brought to Mary and Elizabeth Hospital with a gunshot wound to their shoulder. The toddler was taken to Norton's in serious but stable condition. Investigators have been interviewing family members in the case. Tonight, we asked Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg about this violence.
My heart sunk to think that 2 children in 2 days have been shot in our city. One is far too many. I'm praying for their recovery. I'm glad that they are both in the hospital right now under the care of great doctors. But we have got to do something about this. People have got to use their brains and put their guns down around children. There is no place in our city for guns to be near children.
And on the other case, in an update this afternoon, Metro Police say the little girl shot last night remains in critical condition. Investigators say it all started with an altercation between a vehicle and 3 motorcyclists at I-65 near the outer loop. It then ended 8 miles north near University Boulevard, right on the edge of the U of L campus. In total, police said at least 15 shots were fired, one of them hitting the 6-year-old.
The city, we need to grieve for this child and her family. But we should also be angry that there are people in this city who think that this is okay. As a community, we need to take action to stop this pandemic of violence.
Police are asking anybody with information about either of these cases to come forward. You can leave an anonymous tip by calling 574-LMPD or leave a tip through the online portal. In the race for Kentucky governor, Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron laying out his public safety plan today, including policies that would directly impact Louisville.
We will prioritize the safety of hardworking, law-abiding citizens again. We will talk about the profession of law enforcement honorably again. We will put bad people in jail and keep them there.
Cameron says he wants to develop $5,000 recruitment and retention bonuses for law enforcement and build a new Kentucky State Police post in Louisville. Cameron says the location would help LMPD and the Jefferson County Sheriff curb crime. He also wants to block civilian review boards like the one in Louisville from getting subpoena power, saying he supports independent groups being engaged in conversations but draws the line at subpoena power. Louisville's review board was created in 2020 following the death of Breonna Taylor. And while members are not pushing for it now, Inspector General Edward Harness did tell us he was shocked to see Cameron mention it. In a statement, Andy Beshear's campaign says in part, quote, unlike Cameron's record of covering for criminals and lying about grand jury proceedings, Andy Beshear actually delivered pay raises for law enforcement, leading to the largest Kentucky State Police recruiting class in years. And in Washington, Congressman Morgan McGarvey of Louisville is working to combat gun violence in Kentucky and across the country. Today, he held a virtual town hall meeting with fellow Representative Max Frost from Florida. McGarvey has signed on to Frost's new version of the Bipartisan Gun Safety Act. That bill would create a new independent office of gun violence prevention to research crime across the country.
We need to be able to win a majority that will vote on this good legislation to save lives. And a lot of times, looking at how gun violence impacts the economy, looking at how gun violence impacts communities, specifically small businesses, these are numbers that we really don't have.
We can have legitimate disagreements about how to solve a problem, but we've got to agree on what the problem is.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And what the data is behind that problem.
The agency would research and present preventative measures to Congress. Representative Frost said while guns are a leading cause of death, it's the least federally funded for research. New tonight, a vote from the Jefferson County School Board is making the superintendent Marty Polio the highest paid superintendent in the state of Kentucky. The board voted to raise Polio's salary to $350,244 tonight. That's a nearly 27% increase from his current salary of $276,000. But keep in mind, this is his very first raise since becoming superintendent, since getting the job in 2018. The vote comes after the board finalized Polio's evaluation for the last year. In the evaluation, they rated the superintendent as exemplary or accomplished in all categories. They also found that he was paid less than the superintendent of Lexington, the second largest district in Kentucky. The salary increase will kick into effect on July 22nd. New tonight on the WHAS11 night team, leaders in downtown Louisville are celebrating the renovation of one of the city's oldest towers. City leaders joining the development group Somera Road to cut the ribbon on the new and improved office tower at 500 West Jefferson Street. It opened in 1971 as the Citizens Fidelity Plaza. The $18 million renovation began back in 2021. Jim Allen, the vice chairman of Baird, says they lived through the renovations after choosing to stay downtown when their lease initially ended in 2020.
We're proud to put a stake in the ground in downtown and, like I said, be part of the solution as we move forward to revitalize downtown, because it's so critical that we have a vibrant downtown hub.
And take a look. The renovations include this new lobby and a new entrance there at 5th and Jefferson. moved to embrace Metro Hall and Jefferson Square Park. The building's 4th floor is now an amenity floor for tenants featuring a fitness center, a golf simulator, and a cocktail bar.